Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. My name is Jackson Alatesh, and today we're going to take a look at superpowers, what they are, why you want to rank up, and then how to rank up. This is one of the most widely discussed topics on the Reddit forums, or excuse me, the Reddit thread for weekly questions. A lot of newer players and or returning players and or folks that have just simply forgotten about the process generally tend to post in there frequently, so I figured a good video might be in order. Alright, so the first thing to take a look at are the superpowers themselves. You can see them over here in the default view of the right pane inside of your cockpit. You have the Federation and you have the Empire. And then you have a series of bars. So you have your reputation bar sitting over here, and then you have your rank. This whole reputation thing doesn't matter quite as much. That's not necessarily a huge portion of it, although we'll discuss that one first. Now with the reputation bar that you have, you're going to have a particular reputation. Doesn't necessarily matter what that is. The other thing that you have is you have a level of progress. And as you'll note when you start actually going after and attempting to rank up with these, is that you'll get this bad boy over here up to 100%, and then you'll take a nice weekend to hang out or do something else. Or even a couple of days, you'll come back and there'll be a little red arrow here that indicates your reputation is dropping with them. I think it serves to model somewhat the same way in real life. If you don't work for somebody for a while, your reputation is going to drop. However, there are certain firewalls where that behavior will stop. In this case, got myself to 100%, and then it atrophied down to 75%. Really no big deal there. So the next bar sitting over there to the right of it is going to be the rank bar. So the rank bar, it also shows your current rank as well as your progress towards the next rank. Now this bar does not depreciate over time. You gain any contribution that you have made towards this. And that goes so far, in fact, as to be working you towards the next rank in the event that you haven't gotten the mission or taken the mission to rank up. So you can see here that it says I'm at 100% for a recruit. The bar is completely full. When I click up to cadet by doing the required mission to get there, it's going to place the bar a certain level of way towards the next rank throughout the cadet contribution level. It works out fairly nicely. Basically, the thing to keep in mind is that you never lose your contribution towards your rank. Now, the next question is, where do you get those missions? So those missions can always be found on the good old mission board, and there's a fairly straightforward way of telling them apart. They will always have the name of your faction located in them. So in the case of mine, you can see it's a Federal Navy. And then you'll have your mission type over here, which is a strike contract. There we go. So if you actually go into the details of it and you scroll all the way down to it, the item that you want to look for is going to be the rank progression line sitting down here. And then your new rank is going to be hanging out here should you complete this mission. Now, you will note that this mission is not available to me. The reason behind that is because there is a minimum reputation which I have yet to meet. So minimum reputation with this particular mission giver is going to be cordial. So let's see here. It's going to be Bingerton State Holdings, who's the faction which is offering the mission. Now, who this pops up on and at what stations it pops up on, as well as the minimum reputation required to complete the mission or to have the mission become available, is all in fact random. In some cases, you'll find it out in the middle of nowhere for doing something that says Federal Navy do this or Federal Navy do that. Generally, they are going to be combat missions or a type of combat mission. So in this case, you can see the recommended rank is novice. So I would not expect that should I take this mission, I would have much of a problem completing that guy at all. And the other nice thing is that whenever you see it, it's going to be fairly close to you. So in this case, we can see that our mission objective here is located at 9.57 light years from here. Oh, that's cool. My little on-screen pen can draw me some arrows. That's going to be handy. Anyhow, moving right along, it also shows you other things such as how many of these guys you have to blow up, which in this case there's 6 of them that they want taken care of. So 6 of those guys, the time left to complete the mission, etc., as well as who the target faction is and the other target faction in this case, which are pirates. So it's all fairly straightforward. The only really other valuable piece of information here for players that are new to the game is how in the world do I find the systems that are owned by these superpowers? That is very, very simple thanks to the map. With the map, you just simply go over to the 4th tab over, you select the map icon up there in the middle, and then you do show by color. And you want to select show by color allegiance, and then select the one that you like, Federation or Empire. So we can see by selecting Federation that I am in an area of space that is more or less devoted towards the good old Federation and its ideals. Now if I deselect that and I go over to Empire, and I drop down a little bit in terms of elevation, I should run across a large field of blue dots. There we go. And these are all the Imperial factions. So now you will also note at some point looking around, you'll be like, well, hey, that kind of almost comes into the whole idea of power play, because the particular power factions that are allied with the Imperial side generally have Imperial systems. So if we look down at Aisling Duval here and Kubio, we can see that, yeah, there's a whole lot of Imperial systems around, and probably not any Federation to speak of, or any of them at all. So it's kind of a necessary evil with it. But really the system in the game for ranking up and for gaining this rank is not as intuitive as one would want just at the initial outlay. But once you understand it, it's fairly straightforward and fairly logical. And the final question is how do you actually gain that reputation or gain that contribution towards the next rank? All you have to do is just handle missions or other items which are within the Federation stations or the Empire stations. Best way to do it is to do missions. You can also do things such as running for combat vouchers or combat bonds, or bounty vouchers that would strengthen one system, as the minor factions all tie into the amount of love and joy that you receive from these superpowers. So that's about all there is to talk about on that topic. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you got any questions or I missed anything, hit me up in the comments section. Once again, my name is Jack Alatesh. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks again next time.